Trudeau is resigning, becoming the latest symbol of failing progressive policies and hopefully the beginning of the end of woke politicians. Remember, for example, this.
Maternal love is the love that's going to change the future of mankind. So we'd like you to look into
we
that.
like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind, because it's more inclusive.
There we go, exactly.
They're not cheering anymore, thankfully. Trudeau stepping down is now setting the stage for a Conservative Party takeover, as President Trump keeps teasing the idea of our northern borders becoming the 51st state. I'm sure you heard that. Joining us now to expand on this possibility, the author of the book, We Who Wrestle with God, and founder of the Peterson Academy, Canadian psychologist Dr. Jordan Peterson. Now he's in America. Dr. Peterson, great to see you. I thought as soon as we saw the Prime Minister come in front of his house and resign, we thought about you. Is this a good thing for Canada?
Well, I hope it could be a great thing. It's at least the end of a disaster. I mean, that's something to...
This is the best thing for Canada. Now all we need to do is just get Pierre Poilievre in, and Canada will be great again. And I can't wait.
Something to be said.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Support the channel.
Right off the mark. Canada was at parity for per capita GDP with the US 9 years ago when Trudeau took the helm, and now Canadians are at 60%, and our real estate is twice as expensive as it is in the US. And so that's a catastrophe. He's been a catastrophe. And so at least the catastrophe will be gone, and then there's reason for hope with regard to a new administration, which should likely be headed by Pierre Poilievre, who's the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada.
Who you've had a chance to speak to, just to look back at Justin Trudeau's career, and it's part of the reason you're in America now, and it's our gain and their loss. In 2015, he was unveiling Canada's first gender-balanced cabinet. Forget about qualifications. An ethics commission finds that Trudeau violated conflict of interest when he took a free vacation by mistake. 2019, images surface after he's condemning everyone else and being politically correct of his black face, his brown face, as well as his Indian headdress. 2022, I think the most egregious, he targeted protesters and took truckers' bank accounts and froze them. That was a bridge too far. But he's done some damage to the country in the long term, not just economically. I think he's really hurt the morale of the country you used to call your own.
There's no doubt about that. And I think you're right to point to his administration's freezing, not only of the truckers' bank accounts, but of people who dared to support the truckers on various social media platforms. Right. No, it was the I don't think Canadians still understand how devastating that was to our international reputation. I've never heard Justin Trudeau utter a word that was true. He's false in every aspect of his performance and thought.
So your new Conservative candidate, likely, I hope, will be your next Prime Minister, it seems, is Pierre Poilievre. And you...
It's Pierre Poilievre, and don't you forget it, because once he gets in charge, Canada's going to be great again. Poilievre and Trump... Oh, it's going to be something special, and I can't wait. I can't wait, hopefully very soon.
And his statement he put out after Donald Trump is kind of trolling you guys, saying, I'm going to make you the 51st state if you'll have us. Canada will never be the 51st state, he says. Our weak and pathetic liberal government has failed to make these obvious points. When I am Prime Minister, we will rebuild our military, take back control of the border, secure both Canada and the U.S. In other words, we will put Canada first. I mean, that sounds so much like Donald Trump. I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump wrote it. Coincidence?
You guys can say whatever you want about Pierre Poilievre, about trying to say he's going to be the next Trump. Well, you know what? Who gives a shit? This is what Canada needs right now. We need somebody to put Canada first and Canada always. Where there's no homeless people, where there's no people going hungry, none of this BS. Let's get Pierre Poilievre in now.
I don't think it's a coincidence at all, but I don't think it's a conscious attempt, let's say, to mimic Trump. I think that I know that Poilievre regards the United States as, well, an ally of paramount value, militarily and economically, that his hope is that Canada and the U.S. can have the best relationship internationally under his leadership that the two countries have ever had, which is obviously the appropriate thing to do, both for the U.S. and for Canada. Canada is the U.S.'s major trading partner, and the reverse is clearly true. Canada has a virtually unlimited supply of energy and resources. There's absolutely no reason that the new mega hope that America can boom can't be boom time for Canada and the U.S. jointly, and that's exactly what should happen.
I want to talk about some.
We need an election now. We need to get Pierre Poilievre in, get Canada great again. Likes and subscribe, everybody. We're trying to see if we can hit 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We're at 658. So if you can hit that subscribe button, that would be great. Thank you for the ones who did hit the subscribe button and the like button. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot for supporting the channel. It means a lot. So stay safe, God bless, and stay warm, and we'll see you in the next one, my friends.